I don't need to see a doctor for that. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. My name wasn't even my idea. Yeah, he probably has... You know, I've probably touched women in places he hasn't even seen. And he tells me to get a life. That's GG. Oh my god. What retard. Dude, he's like level 22. I was level 3 when I played him too. And he's calling me the no-life faggot. Oh man, that dude has serious issues. Dropping my mic. Oh man. Alright, just getting back to being out here. Oh, that was good times. Man, I'm surprised they lost too. They got like 3 hero kills in that one battle. It was like so bad for me too. I've got a lot of replays where I win 2v1. I've never done it while I was commentating too, though. Commentating live, because it's a little more difficult to do that, but whatever. Whatever. So, yeah. You guys can all go on Battle.net. It was on East. You guys can all go and make fun of him. That's funny. He's probably on all day anyways, so you can make fun of him whenever. Take another sip of my water. Oh man. Get a prescription for a penis and testicles. Actually, I think that's from Scrubs. It's sad that I know that, but it's a good show. Good show. I commend him for his TV taste, but other than that, he's a douche. He's a douche. Oh, that's pretty ironic too, because he called me a douche. So you know what? You're the biggest douche face. Anywho, I'm gonna end this audio off now, actually, since there's probably a bunch of other audios in here too. Alright, so I'm gonna end it, and yeah, peace out. Hey, what's up, WCRreplays.com? This is Orange doing another audio. Get the replay paused at the 45-second mark. And, well, get to Game 1 paused at the 45-second mark. It should be labeled like WCR audio number, whatever number it's supposed to be. I haven't checked, but, and then it should say Game 1 after that, unless I'm an idiot. But, you know, that happens. And also get it paused under Axlab's point of view, or StrifeCrow, either one it works. And basically today I'm going to be talking a lot about things that have to do with innovation, playing smart, micro, etc. I just figured, one, I haven't done a 2v2 in a while, and with the rise of KOD's 2v2 team, I mean, I know they're not doing fantastic recently, but they still make for freaking entertaining games. Even though they haven't been doing fantastic, they're still really, really good, especially for the amount that they practice, which isn't very much. So, yes, that happens. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, I've been following them mostly through the whole tournament, and I've been like, please win. But I guess it's not happening. I mean, they're still really good, so... And I've actually been watching most of their WPL games. WPL? TFL? Whatever. WGL and TFL. Those ones. Those are pretty good. Because they still beat a lot of really good players, so... Yeah. Alright, since these replays are pretty long, and I'm going to do them all in one go, in one audio file, I suppose, just because I'm going to have recurring themes that I don't want to overlap too much with two different audios. We'll unpause this now, I guess, from the 45-second mark. 1x speed, Axelav, or Strife Crow's point of view. Unpause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. You'll want Fog of War on, by the way. You want to see the check in the Fog of War box. The one thing I really hate is this stupid, the WTV, the WOG TV stuff is always talking in the all chat, which is kind of lame. But, yeah. There's that. One thing that you want to notice right off the bat is that Axelav is actually feeding Strife Crow all of his wood. And the reason this is because they can actually get a faster Huntress build, which means they're going to have earlier Huntress. I mean, they're going to have the AOWs up by the time the heroes come up, so there's really not going to be much that's going to stop them from getting the Huntress. And he's still continuing to pass on the lumber because obviously they're going to be going 2 AOW hunts. And notice how he puts the second Ancient of War in the back. And the reason this is because if you get harassed by, say, a Demon Hunter, or they decide, or you get the human player on that side and they decide to tower rush you, the one AOW is definitely going to get up, that's for sure. The second one might not get up because if you will notice, the heroes are almost out and that Ancient of War is barely half done. So that is one thing to keep in mind. And Priestess of the Moon and Keeper of the Grove. Now, this is pretty important, and the one thing that's fantastic about the Keeper of the Grove doing a harassment... Actually, no, they do this in the second game. I'm gonna talk about that in the second game instead. But what they're doing right now is they're going to go, hey, I wonder if they're going to, fast expand, because a lot of the times the human will just wrap around to fast expo between the elf and the human's base, which is pretty smart. I've seen a lot of players do that, so that's one thing to keep in mind. Cancelled building, I'm not sure what it was, but it looks like both Ancient of Wars are going up for Axelav, and Huntress are almost out. Now, the one thing you will notice is that a bunch of these peasants are walking up the side ramp for the human player, which that's just one thing you might want to keep note of. Is that they decided to mix up their creep order, and the reason this is because if you're a decent Priestess of the Moon user, which Axelav is a very good Priestess of the Moon user, they should be able to pick off the odd amount of creeps or peasants or whatever when you're militia creeping. So it's good to stay safe and kind of vary up your creep pattern. Now, you will notice that the Book of the Dead has been used, which is what the human player picked up. Like, if you look at the heroes, they don't have the items anymore. That's one thing to sort of keep note of when you're playing, is to see what items that their heroes have. And when you get better knowledge with the map, you can actually figure out which camps they've crapped and then avoid creeping those. But you will notice this, like if you turn off Fog of War for a second, you will notice that the Book of the Dead actually allowed them to finish creeping off that camp for the expo, which is kind of a pain. But they get the almost surround here, which is too bad. With a little less latency, you can usually finish those off. But it depends on how you play it. Now, I'm not sure why the human player is sticking with this, with the footies. They're going to get picked off pretty quickly. I mean, the elf player is doing the smart thing, which is focusing down with the heroes, but footies will get raped pretty hard. So any number of footies is usually a bad idea.
Our warriors have engaged.
Alright, Priest of the Moon running, it's going to live. Even though the Demon Hunter has boots of speed, it won't be able to do that much damage. Footy's using up some moon juice. That's not really good. You just kind of want to use your footies for creeping, really. Because in 2v2, footies use their usefulness very, very quickly, especially against a bunch of Huntress. And really what ends up happening is your footies are going to get picked apart so quickly that they really won't do much. I mean, their damage output is sort of laughable against Priestess, or against a Huntress, and basically against any decently sized tier 1 unit, like a Grunt.